My voice is finally back, right?
Kind of.
Oh, it's kind of back. I sound a little weird today. I know that because your boy went to KCON this weekend on Saturday, day one.
New York.
KCON
right?
New York 2019, day one. Wow.
How was it?
I'm just
Let's
gonna
talk about that,
I'm gonna throw it out there before we begin. It exceeded my expectations by a long shot.
That's good.
Like I know I'm pretty deep into K-pop, but fam, it was lit. All right, let me go through it. I'll describe it. This is my reaction to KCON. I'm gonna talk about the convention first, then I'll go into the concert. Right? I'll give you the full rundown. Right? So the timetable. This was on a Saturday. I worked in the morning, and I went with my sister who came down from Boston. I wouldn't say she's a super hardcore K-pop fan. She's like a casual light fan, but enjoys some parts of K-pop. So she went along with me. So shout out to my sister. Okay. We took a train that left about, I want to say it left at about 11:30. So we didn't get there till like 12:30, and it took us about 40 minutes to check in. So the check-in line was pretty long, right?
Yeah.
Now you might be thinking like, all right, well if the concert's at 8 and you only started to get to see stuff around like 1, right? Did you get to experience everything? My first thing is I think KCON, unless you're buying into the higher fan engagements, right?
Right.
I think the convention itself, you could definitely do it in one day, one afternoon, like 3-4 hours. You could get it all done.
Okay.
All right, so I would say it's heavily corporate sponsored. That's my first take.
Ooh, boy,
Right.
I love me some good old capitalism.
No, it's good and bad. So we had Toyota, McDonald's, BB Go, which is under CJ, right? So all those kind of
Oh.
booths
I love their
were there.
dumplings.
Yeah,
Just shout out
dude,
to BB Go dumplings.
there was
Yo.
a Melina booth, a Tout Le Jour booth, all those like Korean things, right? On top of that, there's some people they're selling official merch there, right? Honestly, kind of reasonably priced. I got a T-shirt. It was only $15, and I got
That's pretty good.
a set of 3 enamel pins, a KCON one, and you got to pick 2 groups. So I picked Eyes 1 and From Miss 9. It was only $25 for 3 pins. Not that crazy.
That's not bad.
And you got a free tote bag when you signed in. So already they're handing out the merch to you. And
Yeah.
the Melina booth gave out some merch too. I got ice cream, and my sister won another bag there, so we got that for free. So a lot of free stuff. In terms of stuff you could purchase, there were a few Korean streetwear brands. Kevin Woo had his own clothing line there.
Wait, hold up. I heard Korean streetwear brands.
I don't know the names of them, fam, but they were like some Korean hypebeast stuff there. That's what I'll say.
That gets me excited. I'm coming next year, boy.
In terms of the actual K-pop merch, everything there is official merch that you want to buy.
That's really nice.
None of it is like fan made or any of that. So
Wow.
they had 3 or 4 booths which were selling like albums, posters, other merchandise like action figures, you know, the stuff they make fans. Like, yeah, they had like the BTS vinyl figures, that kind of stuff.
Damn. Okay. So they have pretty much everything merch related about poppin' stuff in K-pop.
Yeah. And I would say
Okay.
if you go to those, do shop around because some booths were more expensive than others, right? I'm not gonna name names here, but there's a Korean music store in Manhattan itself. They were the most expensive, obviously, because that reflects their prices in Manhattan. Other stores were definitely a lot cheaper. You could buy an album for like $25, which is really not that bad. And they were selling the posters where you could pick like whichever poster you want, like $5. So honestly, not too crazy, right? I was kind of shocked. There was good deals. But I would say the highlight of the con is like great photos and moments. So they have all these things set up for like beautiful photos. Like they had a Produce X101 thing, which you saw my picture of.
Yes.
I got to hold the M Countdown trophy. That was pretty cool. They had a bunch of different displays. Like they had one with all the astrological signs of the idols who were going to be there. And while I was there, ATs showed up on the floor. There was almost a stampede. Like, fangirls were falling over to get to go look at them. I saw them. They were incredibly skinny and tall, of course, right? But they went over to sign that wall, so they were there.
Whoa.
A lot of YouTube influencers. I saw Coco. I also saw Forma Therapy. He's a guy who does internet reactions.
Yeah.
I saw Mike Chen, the food guy.
What the?
Wow.
And Edward Avila. I think that's how you pronounce his name.
yeah.
He was also. I saw all of them in person. That was pretty cool. They were just like around, and you could just go up to them and say hi. That was pretty interesting. I want to give in terms of the demographics, right? I would say the average age was probably around 20, 22, so a little older because obviously you need money to come to these type of things, right? So,
Right.
But shout out to all the parents who came with their kids because, I think it means a lot to your kids that you would show up to this kind of event and support their interest. Also, obviously, extremely diverse crowd, people of all races, like all genders, everything, right? It was lit, right? And everyone was really nice to each other. Good time. I would say some of the lines for some of these booths were a little long, right? Probably like 20. I waited for like a Melina for like 20 minutes, but it was free, so it was worth it, right?
I mean, I saw your tote bag, right? It had like picture, like 3 like little melanas on it.
Mm-hmm.
Like that was kind of cute. Like I want one too. So,
Yeah. And then they had, obviously, there was lots of dancing, music going around. There was random play dance going on. They were teaching people dances on one side. There was a stage where they were doing performances. And this is all in the convention where they do the actual fan meets and stuff is in a different part of the hall. And Jacob Javits Convention Center is absolutely humongous. So,
Yay.
all right, so that's pretty much the con. I would say if you're going to be around New York both days, like going to the concert both days, I would highly suggest you do the con one day and then you see New York the other day before you go to the second day of the concert. That would be my recommendation because I don't think that there's enough stuff to just go to the con all day both days.
Okay.
So that would be my hot tip for y'all. All right, let's get to the concert now. Oh my goodness.
God.
All right. This is the first time I've seen a K-pop concert live. I have seen K-pop in performances live because I went to an Inkigayo practice recording like 5 years ago. But obviously once they're performing, totally different beast, right?
Right.
Absolutely incredible, right? So a lot of special stages. The opener was Kevin Wu himself, former
Wow.
U-Kiss member. So he sang a
Ooh.
couple of his songs. That was cool.
Kevin.
And then, so Everglow didn't go there, but it was a blessing in disguise, in my opinion. No
Oh.
offense to Everglow because it allowed every group to perform more songs.
Okay.
That's true.
I guess that worked out. Yeah.
And I don't think Iceland would have performed 6 songs if Everglow was there.
That's a concert. That's a mini concert.
That's a mini concert, dude. And so they said the concerts were 2.5 hours. It was still 2.5 hours. So they audibled and everyone performed more songs, I believe. So shout out to KCON for doing that because they could have taken the easy way out and just shortened the concert 1/6.
True,
But
yeah.
they gave everyone their money's worth, I'm going to say. The concert was not super full, surprisingly.
okay.
So I would say the top tier, shout out to Matt from the Discord. He was in the second tier. That was kind of full, right? I sat in the lower level, the actual seated seats. It was like there was a good amount of people there, but for instance, I sat in like row 4, right? The 3 rows in front of me, in front of my seat, no one was there. So, but
Okay.
when I looked at Ticketmaster the week before, you couldn't buy it. So my guess is the tickets sold out, but they couldn't resell them. And also in the general admissions, they could have shoved like 200 more people in there. Like towards the back, people were just like sitting there in GA. It's kind of interesting.
Like
Yeah.
And also you can watch the entire concert online because it was live streamed, so I'm sure that
I
there's
saw
video
some
copies of it.
stuff.
Also, everyone tried really hard to speak English. Shout out to 2Kim, which is Minju and Chaewon, because it was
Yay.
it was awkwardly cute, which is what I'll say their English was. But all the groups that had English members, like New West Aaron speaks English because he's from Canada, so he was one of the
Right.
guest MCs. Everyone did a great job, and when they didn't speak English, they had subtitles for all the Korean because they went on a script essentially. So so that was good as well. All right, let's get into the performances now. Also, everyone was so loud and screamed the whole time, and your boy lost his voice. I still hasn't fully come back yet. So after Kevin Wu, there was a couple of special stages, and then the first group to actually do their set was TXT. They did Crown, Our
Ooh.
Summer, Blue Orangeade, and Cat and Dog. 4 songs.
damn.
Yes, how was it?
So crazy good performers, super in sync with each other. I could feel the big hit power. That's what I would say.
Ooh.
The shine of big hit.
Okay.
That's good.
They're like tiny and super, like they were so skinny, bro. Like it inspired me to go hard on my diet.
Oh
yo.
my god.
Oh my god.
Additionally, I didn't know at the time, but producer Bang Si-hyuk was in the audience.
Oh, the heck is he doing there?
Yeah, because I saw pictures after the fact. So
Supporting.
that was TXT. They had a good amount of fans, but the real like show stealer in terms of fandom was ATEEZ. So They went second. They performed Aurora,
That's really
Wave, Say My
interesting.
Name, Holla Holla. That was their actual set. I know they did a couple special stages as well. Definitely the fan favorite of the night.
I see you bullet pointed your favorite phrase by
Bro,
AT.
Hakuna Matata Ya was so loud, bro. Oh, I was going. I am now a giant fan of ATs. They impressed me
Dang.
so much. They had crazy high energy, and also shout out to them because they got signed to RCA Records for their US promotions.
Oh wow.
Ooh.
Yeah, so that came out I think
Wow.
today. Yeah.
Nice.
Next was the boys. They did No Air, Right Here, Bloom Bloom. They also did a cover of BTS's Fire, which was absolutely lit. Everyone was going bananas. And I would say that their
Boys.
music style really is suited to concerts. They have sing like anthem songs. So everyone was really down for that. All right, for me, the highlight, obviously, the reason I went to day one, IZ*ONE. Yo, we got Highlight on a special stage. Then we got Airplane, Violetta, 12-Person Rumor, Lavi and Rose, and Nekoya. They did everything.
Oh my god.
They did all. It was like they did all the songs. It was basically a concert. Like I am so
Dang.
satisfied by this. And so here's my reaction to their performance. The people who perform best in person, like you watch them and you're like, oh my god, they're so good. Was Chaeyeon, Yoojin, and Yena. The three of them absolutely killed it. Crowd favorites. Whenever Chaeyeon or Eunbi was on the screen, everyone went bananas.
Oh.
And if you watch the replay of it, whenever they cheered really loud for Chaeyeon, she smiled as if she's acknowledging, and it was so touching, such a wholesome moment. And also like IZ*ONE, they did like random play dance and they played games and stuff too. So it was more than just a concert during the talk segment. Their whole thing, they were on the stage for probably 35-40 minutes.
Wow.
That's so long.
Everyone was on the stage 20 minutes plus, if not longer. And there was like
That's really nice.
there was little to no filler.
Did other groups get to do like the game stuff too?
Yeah, a couple of them did other fan engagements, and some people like showed off their rappers or their dancers and performers.
Dang.
And so
That's
it
really
pretty much
nice.
went special stage, main person, special stage, main set over and over again. So it was like always a mix up. And in terms of visuals, yo, I know Haewon's pretty, right? She was
Yo,
so
Kang-chan.
pretty in person. Kang-chan. Oh my goodness, the visuals were bananas. And also, shout out to Yena's supporters because they were screaming so loud for her too. Like my sister was screaming, but there was a girl behind us going like losing her mind when Yena was on the big screen. So, lastly, we had Newest who did Bet Bet, Love Paint. I think it's Senyo, Look, and RLTL, which is also known as One Morning. And I would say they were the most like consummate professionals. Like Begko had a mic problem, but they like extended their talk and he rocked the hand mic as the main vocal, so that was pretty cool. Minhyun was definitely the best looking person there. Like, bro, when he came on the screen, it was like he glowed. Like
He's the princely type.
oh my goodness, his visuals were like next level. I was impressed. And I would say their music is more like they do more like chill electronica music.
Yes. Yep.
So they still rock their songs, but it's not the most suited for like hype concerts though, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Because like all of AT's songs and the boys' songs are like hype anthems, right?
Right.
And they're more lo-fi, so it kind of like chilled the crowd, but in a good way, if I want to say.
It's like a good ender, you know, like you want.
It was a good ender, and they did have a finale thing with tons of confetti and all that. But overall, amazing. So here's my final summary of the night. I would say I had a great time. 100% will go next year, and I want Warren and Anita to join me so we could have
boy.
Oh boy.
and I want to meet some of the SojuTalk drinking buddies next year too. Like I want this to be a thing next year. So we will try our hardest to make that happen. So in terms of ratings, the con I would say was a 9 out of 10. Lines are a little long, but in general, I would say fantastic. Concert for me, 10 out of 10. So overall, my experience, 9.5 out of 10.
Wow.
I highly suggest
It's a
everyone
solid A.
go to KCON New York. I know it's a little expensive. New York's expensive in general, but I think it's well worth the price of admission. So,
Damn.
boom.